Welcome to Australia. Australia is a base on Constantium founded by Silver Crown King, aka Silver, XOXP, aka XO, Ostroki, Pepper, Sergeant Pepper, and me, Momana. This is the first thing I saw when I arrived here. XO and Silver and Ostroki had been here, and even Pepper had been here before I ever arrived, and did a little bit of building before I arrived here. And then Sergeant Pepper arrived not too long after I did, so the base was active for a short period of time. It has now been abandoned, and there's a story behind that. So let's get started. I'm here to give you a tour before this place gets griefed, and the griefing is probably imminent, but we'll see about that. I want to point out in the lower left-hand corner in the sea, in the ocean, is a sculpture of a grand dragon. That dragon has been griefed, but I wanted you to know where it was. It was gorgeous, it was stunning, and it was built by Ostroki. So credit to Ostroki for that magnificent build, which I'll show you the wreckage of it, but it was stunning nonetheless. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start where my story, because I started out right at this spot, looking at this map when I got here. I had been delayed from the wedding. This base was built right after the wedding event on Constantium, and I wasn't geared up or something, and so Ostroki brought me here and put me right here, and this is what I looked at first thing I got here. As I started looking around, I noticed it's an extreme biome, and it was pretty raw, and still is pretty raw actually. There are some things built here, but a lot could have been done here. Let's get started. When I got here, I of course scoped out the whole island. Actually, let's do that. Let's start right there by going in, and I'll just give you a quick free cam tour of the place so that you can see what we're dealing with. Okay, not too high. So this is the south corner. See the wreckage of the dragon there, and this is the perimeter of the island. That lighthouse was a working, rotating redstone that I built, but it doesn't seem to be working anymore. You have SKK, that's Silver's house. We'll take a tour of that. There is Uxo's house. The haystack swastika was built by Ostroki when he first got here. And then they did those builds right there, and they abandoned not abandoned, but they went off and did other things for a while, so I was here for a good couple of weeks all by myself. So I was building all by myself before anybody came back here. All right, so that's it, and then it just goes around this way. Nothing was built back here that I know of, but in the direction that we're going, just across this body of water, is a village that I was prepping to be a sheep farm, and I was going to build a sheep farm at the village, and then use the villagers, of course. This is the north side of my mountain cave, and there's a little park up there that I was going to make all of this into a mountainside park with staircases going down to the ocean. But that's done. So now you see, over here, let's just go over here real quick. The only livestock on the island was a llama, and there's only one left. Two of them were killed off for some reason. Doesn't matter why. So anyway, let's go back to the ground tour, and we'll get started. So let's go this way. I'll show you my very first build here after I collected a couple of llamas was to build this stable. And there is one llama still left in here. And this is it. There were a couple of llamas in here, but this is the stable that I built. And then after I built the stable, let me just show you this. I built this at the end. Oh, jeez. I'm not used to this. There's usually a little bit of lag. No, lag is at 19. Okay, let's get in here. So after Sergeant Pepper came, he was the last one to arrive. He built the Swastika Hotel on top of this mountain, and he mined all of this out to get, cobble. So I converted it into a storage area. I got all that diosite and cobble placed, and then put in a couple of chests. So that was just a conversion of an old mining shaft, or an old mining area. Then over here, when I arrived, the towers were here. These were built by EXO. He didn't really do any landscaping, so what I did, one of the towers was just in the water, so I built this little park here so that it would look like it was actually standing on land. Hey, here's a llama. He got out. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Want to take me for a ride? So this is clearly not tamed. Off we go. Aren't they pretty? So we'll go up one, down the other. You go in here and up's a daisy, and you can take the walkway from the midpoint here all the way to the other tower, and then we'll just go down here. But pretty spectacular. Yep. Isn't that? That's Silver's house. I'll take you for a tour of that. And down we go. So there are the towers that greet visitors as they come in from the sea. And I'm going to take this because it's still nighttime. And I'm going to take you over to the lighthouse that I built, which was my second build. I added on, when I built this park here, I also added on a boat launch so that, people could park boats. And then dispensers, each one has a dispenser. This one seems to be empty of boats. But each one was filled with boats. And then over here is the lighthouse, which hasn't rendered yet. Where is it? It's right here. We'll wait for the rendering, won't we? Oh, maybe is FreeCam not off? Let's look. No, it's off. Well, I have no idea why that's not rendering. We'll see if it renders a little bit later after we tour Silver's house. Let's go up this way. Alright, just so that you know, there should be a sign here. No, he took it down. It was his land claim sign, but he took it down apparently. Okay, walking in the front door, you walk into his hallway. Look at this. It's so beautiful. Over here he's got a room with his beds, books. Apparently likes to read when he's not playing. What's in there? Nothing. For a second I thought he left behind some e-chests. I'm not beyond stealing e-chests, let me tell you. Let's just take a look at the detail of this ceiling. Little sitting area. This is his TV area. Interesting. He has a dual staircase. We'll go up this side. And this is his upstairs. He's got two fireplaces, sort of like stacked fireplaces. Alright, so this is his place. We'll go down this staircase over here and go on to EXO's place. Those sounds that you hear are actually mobs caught underneath the floor. Pepper built this little path, I do believe. I saw in chat once that he was busy building a path. So I like these paths. They're very organic. Well, let's follow it right over to EXO's house. Perfect. So it was recently Exo's birthday, IRL. So when I returned to base, I left him a little sign. The drama here was a Strokey disguised as a player called Duping Alt killed me here and sent me back to spawn. It was a pretty vicious attack. So when I returned at Silver's encouragement, I left him a little sign. And oh, somebody ate the birthday cake. Oh, funny. I also had left him a birthday cake. And anyway, this is his little house. Any treasures for us? I'll take my bed back. I gave him 2 beds, so I'll take one of them back. Never know when you're going to need a bed. He only needs one. Alright, that's Exo's house. He crystalled me when I came back because he thought that I had given out the coords of this place because we had an unwelcome visitor who, I'm not quite sure where it was crystalled, but in back of his house. If there's some obby back here, he tried to, yeah, look at. Hope Annihilator was logged off right there, which is what that structure is to keep him from logging back in. Actually, I'm going to take the whole thing away. Screw it. If he wants to grief this place, I say let him. Alright, and then maybe this is where he obbied me. Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you. And I died here and I never came back except to do this recording. So everybody was mad at me because they thought I gave out coords. And how people get coords in this game is beyond me. That ledge up there where that tree is, that's my spawn bed up there. When Duping Alt attacked me, he broke it and put it back so that I did not respawn here. He swears to God he didn't do that, but I say he probably did. This is my trademark scarecrow. I leave these all over. Wherever I run into a pumpkin patch, I leave one of these signs. I just left this here because I wanted them to know that I had returned back to base. Probably a big mistake. The portal was here not because we were inviting people off from the nether to come here, but because when I was building, I needed stuff from the nether. I had a ceiling in this cave that I'm about to show you that worked fine. It was one of my redstone builds. I wanted to do a couple of redstone builds to gain some experience with it, and it was working just fine. And then Sergeant Pepper decided that he needed to fix it because he didn't like the way it was set up, and it's no longer working. But there's my ceiling. It was all redstone, and at dusk, when the lights went out, the light sensors were up there, and all those lights went on up there. And then he fixed it, and one light works now. It's really pathetic that people go around. I think what he did was he just wanted my pistons. So this is my build. How do you like it? Pretty cool, right? This was just an old cave. I mean, like these mountain, or these biomes have these cavernous empty spaces, so I fixed this one up. I'm kind of proud of it. I like it. It took me a long time. That's, let me show you that. That's my wall sculpture. And I just sort of modeled it after a player's skin. So that's kind of cool, right? And then let me give you a look. You can look at the north wall. And then it has a door to go off onto a platform. This was going to be a deck that went over there, which is going to be my workroom. Actually, it's down a floor. Okay? And this is the north side of the cave, the mountain cave. That was also going to go out. Remember I told you that there was a garden. This was going to be the garden, the hillside garden that went down to the sea, and then you would take a bridge over to the. Hello. I'm not going to deal with that creeper. Let him be outside. Only because I couldn't see. Alright, then this is the first level, kind of a little park area. And then downstairs, I built an area for, lounging area. Always nice to have a fireplace in one of these old mountain caves. They always seem like they're built of stone, and this one looks kind of mossy. So this was going to be my workroom. I was going to have my enchanting table in here, the brewing stand, a little library AFK place. This was going to be the deck over to the platform over there. You see the launch platform over there for elytra flying. But I started this and then was crystalled. So, hey, mid-project, stuff happens, man. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you. See that? Man, I am a little triggered that somebody fooled around with my redstone. He took out all the pistons, all the redstone torches, and it doesn't work now. He didn't give me my pistons back or my redstone torches, but he did build himself a nice little railway to his build. So Sergeant Pepper stole my stuff so that he could build his stuff. Oh my God, is they're on? They are on. He wasn't lying. Yay! Oh, well, okay. I take it all back. He still used my pistons, though. Okay, so now I want to go downstairs real quick. And, come on. I want to go down and look at it. Because I'm very proud of this. When you start learning how to do this stuff in the game, when you build it and it works, you kind of get excited. It's like being a little kid. Yeah, see? They light up. Thank you, Sergeant Pepper. Okay, I learned something here. That's a good thing. All right. So anyway, this thing. I learned this from another player where you double stack iron gates, and this is another thing when you're in here, that because that is the west, the moon sets down that way and the sun sets down that way, so it's really pretty at that time of day. There are just some pleasant little things that you appreciate when you play this game, and the lighting is one of them. Okay, so we're going to go up to the Swastika Hotel, which I don't know if he's finished with it. It's a big cobble swastika on top of a mountain, and he called it the hotel. And he doesn't have any rail carts here, so we're going to walk up his. I had built stairs here, and then he built this rail system, so now we're going to hop up. All right. Just as long as we get up there. Alright, up the daisy we go to the top of the Swastika Hotel built by Sergeant Pepper. Oh, there's a minecart. And let's go over here, because the entrance is over here. How do we get up there? This way, and this way, and this way, and this way. I almost forgot how to do this. Alright, so up we go here. I don't know exactly what his plan was, if he was really going to put beds in here and construct a hotel, but it would have been cool if he had. Alright, well, you can sort of see. Let's do this. Let's take a little ride so that you can see this. Another aerial view. But I want you to see this swastika. Pretty big. Against the sky. What's that down there? Oh, I had... What does that sign say? I wonder if we can go over there and look at it. If I'm in free cam. Do you think? Oh yeah, I wrote that to him. See my signature 3 hearts, so yes, I left him a sign up here. when he was just building it but not finished with it. All right, let's go back. We'll go back to this and we'll finish our walking tour. Where else do I want to take you? Oh, let's see if we can. I can't jump that. That's too far. There it is. Let me see if we can get a little closer to the edge. There was the dragon down there, which Sergeant Pepper, rumor has it, wrecked. He griefed it. And I'm not quite sure that's the only thing he griefed. I don't know why that's the only thing he griefed. It seems to me that if you were going to abandon a base, you would want to grief the whole thing so that others would not have the pleasure of doing so. I like to close doors. Keeps the mobs out, you know what I'm saying? There it is. See it? Now that pretty much ends our tour. The Haystack Swastika, built by Ostroki. Pepper was here. He didn't build a thing other than the path. I don't know why, because I'll tell you what, he's a magnificent builder. I really enjoy his builds. Oh, I didn't. We can fly over because it's rendered now. All right, so let's do that. But let's go down here and see the lighthouse, which is not, let me just show you this too, a couple of the other features. Okay, those lights are on, but they're not rotating. Well, I'm not going to figure out why. That was a little fishing AFK stand that I made. I don't know who built this sugarcane farm, but what a good idea. Alright, so this is my second build here. And this is another one of those things where I wanted to do a redstone build, and this is the redstone build. It's made out of quartz, and then I had raided the temple that was over by the village and used the orange clay that was in that temple over there to build this thing. So I really just kind of use resources that I have. The quartz came from a stash that I had previously had. The bed is decoration. Don't build your beds on slabs because they won't work as bed spawns. But this is like, you know, use your imagination. The lighthouse keeper's room. What's in here? Oh, building stuff. Do I need anything? Huh. If I have to start a new base, I'll have potatoes to make a farm. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to you from the lighthouse. Thank you very much for going on this tour with me, and I will see you next time.